Let me guess, you're 50. Well, you're either 50 or you are in your 50s or you are fast approaching your 50s. And something in my ad caught your eye, and you are wondering how you can recreate your future at the age of 50. Yes? Well, then this masterclass is for you because in this class, I'm going to share with you the 5 secrets that I discovered that helped me along my journey in recreating my entire future. Now, if you're in your 30s or even in your 60s, even in your 70s, don't go anywhere. There's obviously a reason you're here. So keep watching because you too will find valuable information in this class. And with that, allow me to share my screen so that I can get to the class. So, how to recreate your future at the age of 50. Who is this masterclass for? Well, for anyone who is feeling unhappy in their lives at the moment or unsuccessful, perhaps you feel like you haven't reached your full potential yet, even at this age. You feel that you haven't reached that success that you wanted, or you're feeling unfulfilled in any aspect of your life, whether it's in your career, your job, your relationship, your family life, anything, your social life, you're feeling that there's something lacking in your life. You're just not fulfilled. Or you're bored. Oh my goodness, boredom is the death of everything. So if you're feeling bored in your life right now, stick around because this masterclass is definitely for you. If you're feeling frustrated and your life is just not happening the way you've planned it or you've wanted it, and you're feeling that frustration right now, then stick around because this is definitely for you. If you are feeling depressed or sad and unhappy with where your life is and you just feel that there's more to life, then this is definitely something that you wanna hear today. If you're feeling hopeless and you've given up hope on your dreams and your aspirations and you feel like there's no more hope left, then stick around. If you're feeling doubtful about your future and you're unsure about where your future is going, where you're going, what's going to happen, then this is definitely for you. So yeah, if you're feeling any of these negative emotions, then you definitely want to keep on watching and hear what I have to share with you today, because these negative emotions are warning signs telling you that something in your life is not right and something needs to change. And it is time to take your life into another direction. It is time to change your life into another direction. If you're not happy, if you're not fulfilled, if you are not feeling successful, you need to change your life into another direction. Something better is waiting for you on the other side. And you want to hurry. You want to change now, because why do you want to waste any more time? Why do you want to let the days go past? If you're unhappy or unfulfilled or depressed or sad or anything, why do you want to stay in those negative emotions if there is another way, if there is a better way? So, yes, the time for change is now. And we need to stop procrastinating and we need to stop delaying and we need to stop thinking that it's too late, because these are all just excuses. And you do have the ability to create your future the way that you want it. Your future the way that you want it. Not anyone else, but how you want your future to be. And now is the best time ever. Why now? Because you're older and you are wiser and you have a lot more life experience. So now is the perfect opportunity to, if you feel that your life is not going in the direction you want it to go, now is the perfect opportunity to change the direction and to change where your life is going and to create a better future for yourself. And I want to ask you one question right now. And I want you to really, really think about this. And I want you to answer it absolutely honestly, even if you have to pause this recording and just sit with that question and really think about it and answer it absolutely 100% honestly. If nothing in your life changes today, will you be happy in 1 year from now? Or in 5 years? What about 10 years from now? if nothing changes and you just continue living the life that you're living right now, will you be happy 1 year from now? It's a good question. So think about it really carefully. Now, if you answered yes, then great stuff. Then that means your life is not in a terrible place and you are definitely going in the right direction. But then I have one more question for you. I want to ask you, is there room for improvement? So, is there room for even more happiness? Is there room for even more excitement? Is there room for bigger success? Is there room for a fuller, more fulfilled life? And if the answer is yes, great, because I believe there's always room for improvement. There's always space for something better to come, something more to do, a better life, a more fulfilled life, bigger success, more money, better health, better wealth, all of that stuff. There's always room for more. And why not? Why are we not allowed to ask for more? Why do we have to just settle with what works right now if we know that there is a possibility for something better? If you answered no and you feel that no, if nothing changes today, you will be unhappy in 1 year's time, and in 5 years' time, probably in a worse off place, and in 10 years' time, probably living a very miserable life, then I want to ask you this question. What are you going to do about that? Are you just going to let it be? Are you just going to sit around and let your life go where it needs to go, knowing that you won't be happy next year, this time, knowing that if life continues the way that it does now, you will definitely not be happy in 5 years' time? Or are you prepared to do something about it, to change it, to improve it, to take your life into another direction and to at least have something better? Can you imagine a better life for yourself, at least? Can you imagine a better life for yourself, better than what you've got right now? So, the excuses stop here because we keep on making excuses to change our lives, to improve our lives. What are the excuses I'm talking about? Time. Oh my goodness, I don't have enough time. I work 9 to 5 and then I sit in the traffic and I get home and I have to cook and I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to prepare for tomorrow. And if I see again, it's 10 o'clock and I have to go to sleep, and tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, I'm up again, traffic, back to work. I just don't have time. I don't have the time. I would love to do something else. I would love to improve my life. I would love to better my life. But my goodness, I just don't have the time. Maybe one day when I'm retired and I've got more time and I don't have this on and I don't have that on, maybe yes, then I can look at my life and I can improve my life and I can start taking it into another direction. But right now, I just don't have time. Nonsense. It's an excuse. Money. I would love to do something else, but I just don't have the money. I don't have the money to do it, and I just can't afford it. And I would love to study something and start my own business or whatever it is. I just don't have the money for it. Nonsense. It's an excuse. What about energy? I would love to change my life, but you know what? I am exhausted. I just don't have the energy. I work all week, and on weekends, I just want to fall into the couch and just binge watch all my soapies. I want to catch up on everything I've missed. And then I need to do the grocery shopping and attend to the garden. And I'm just so exhausted. It all drains my energy. And all I want to do is I actually just want to sit on the couch all weekend and just binge watch. And I just don't have the energy. I would love to do something, but I feel exhausted. I feel drained. I don't have the energy. It's an excuse. Resources. I would love to start my own online business, but I'm just not tech savvy. I don't know how to set up all these funnels and email lists and how to sell my stuff and all of that stuff. I don't know how to do it. It's an excuse. Or how about I would love to be a wedding photographer. I love weddings. I love photos. I would love to be a wedding photographer, but I don't have a camera or I don't know how to work a proper camera. It is an excuse. So anything where you use your resources that you don't have the resources to do something is an excuse. But my all-time favorite one, I'm too old. Oh my goodness. That is me rolling my eyes at you right now because I know you can't see me clearly. So that's me rolling my eyes at you if you go, I am too old. I'm in my 50s. I'm too old to do anything. It is what it is. I'm going to live like this. I'm just going to accept my life and I will just go where the flow takes me. I'm too old to do anything about that. What a load of rubbish. Because there is no age limit to changing the direction of your life if you are unhappy or feeling unsuccessful, unfulfilled, or bored, or depressed, or sad, or frustrated, or any of those negative emotions we spoke about. There's no limit to changing your life. That's why I said earlier, if you are in your 60s or even in your 70s, and you're here and you're watching this and you're feeling, oh my goodness, my life is not where I planned it to be at this age, you are not too old. You can still change the direction of your life. Absolutely. Take 50. Let's take 50, the age of 50, for an example. Just for a moment, think about this. Now, 25 years ago, you were 25. I'm taking you back a little bit now, so bear with me. Where were you when you were 25? Can you remember? Who were you with? Are you still with the same person, or have you had other partners in between? You're with someone else now? What did your hair look like 25 years ago? Can you remember? Can you remember your hairstyle? What were you wearing 25 years ago? What music did you listen to? Let me take you back. This was 1999. Britney Spears, Baby One More Time. Who remembers this song? The song is 25 years old this year. Now I'm really taking you back, right? Britney Spears is 25 years older than what she was there. So can you see how much have happened in the last 25 years? How much has changed? Look at this. Remember what the cars looked like 25 years ago? This is what they looked like. Who remembers the Nokia 3210? Oh my goodness, I loved my 3210. Or the Ericsson T10 or whatever they were. Look at what cell phones looked like 25 years. Look how far we've come. We've got these little mini computers, or our entire life is in this little device. Look how we have improved on technology in 25 years' time. So look how much has happened in 25 years. So imagine 25 years from now, you're going to be 75. Now, remember, 75 is not the 75 that our grandmothers used to be then when they were at the end of their lives. Because remember, we have a much longer lifespan than what our grandmothers had. And 75 today is actually the new 55. We are still very young and very, very agile at the age of 75. So imagine if you think back and you remember back where you were 25 years ago, now think of everything that still has to happen in the next 25 years before you get to 75. And 75 is not even old. So how much can change? How much can you improve? Or are you willing to just say, 50, I'm old, that's it. I'm just going to, for the rest of my time, which can be 25 years, 35 years, 45, 50. Hell, you can live to 100. I'm probably going to live to 100. My friends are always teasing me and saying, I'm going to live to 100. Yes, I want to live to 100 because there's so many things I still want to do. Believe me, I don't want to check out too early because I still have too many things to do. But can you see now that just 25 years from now, there's still so much that needs to happen in your life before you're only 75, which is still a very young age. So can you see that you are actually still in the middle of your adult life? So anyone who says 50 is old is talking nonsense. If ever you hear anyone saying that again, tell them they're in the middle of their adult life right now. they're not old. Life is actually the second part of their adult life is only starting now. So, who do you want to be in the year 2049, which is 25 years from now? Do you want to be a sad and depressed 75-year-old? Or do you want to be a happy and successful and fulfilled and living the life and having a good life 75-year-old in the year 2049? You see, we've got a choice. We can choose which one we want to be, but we have to make that choice now, and we have to start living according to our choices that we make right now. So if we choose to have a better life at the age of 75 and we want to have a good, fulfilled life, we need to make that choice now. Now, imagine even a little bit further on. In the year 2074, imagine yourself at the age of 95. I would love to be this lady. I can just see myself having so much fun in my 90s. I cannot wait. There are people who work until the ripe age of in their 90s. And it's not because they have to, but because they want to, because they feel they have a purpose. They feel they're living for a reason. They feel like they want to give back to society or whatever it is that they do. They want to do that work. It's not because they have to, but it's because they want to, because they have so much energy and they still want to do so much. So even at the age of 90, there are still so many people doing so many incredible things. Isn't that amazing? So, do you agree that the excuses of I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have the resources, and definitely I'm too old has to stop now if we want to see different results in our future? We have to stop using the same excuses and we have to make the decision that we want a better life. Now, you're going, yes, I hear you. You've got me. I want to be that 75-year-old. I want to be that 95-year-old. I want to feel good. I want to look good. I want to do things. And they also say, the happier people live longer because they have so much to do, or so much they want to do, or so much they still want to accomplish, or so much they still want to give back to society or to life. And that's why they live so much longer. So if you're going now, yes, I want to do that. I want to be that 75-year-old. I want to be that 95-year-old. I want a good life. I'm going to change the direction of my miserable life right now. But where should I start? I'm feeling completely overwhelmed and I don't know where to start. What needs to happen first? Good question, because that is the first question you should ask yourself. Where should I start? Because we all have to start somewhere. Now, this is what this masterclass is all about, and that is what I want to share with you today. But before I get into that, allow me to introduce myself properly. So my name is Dorrit. I am a life coach, and my life coaching business is called Think Holistic, and I work specifically with women in their midlife, and I work with their mindsets. I help them to cultivate a positive mindset that will help them to propel them in life rather than set them back. So that is my passion. That is what I love to do, is to work with mindsets. And about 5 years ago, I felt pretty stuck in my own life. I was in a career that, in a 20-year career that I really, really enjoyed. For most of it, I had great experiences. I met wonderful people. I had worked on great projects, exciting projects. I had a really, really good career. But towards the end of it, I started asking myself some questions about it. And I asked myself if this was something I wanted to grow old in, if this was the place I wanted to grow old in. And I had to be honest that getting older, I realized that I didn't want to work the long hours anymore, because I was working 12, sometimes 14, sometimes even 16-hour days. I was working long hours. I was away from home often. I missed family gatherings and friends, socials, and I missed a lot. And I often worked in stressful situations. I worked with a lot of deadlines and, all of that stuff. And I started asking myself this question: is this something that I want to do for the next 5 years? If I'm going to be here in another 5 years' time, am I going to be happy? And I had to be honest with myself and say no. I realized that I wasn't going to be happy spending another 5 years in my career. And I also realized that I was spending so much time and so much energy, my time, my energy, on someone else's dream. I was working for someone else. I put all my effort into someone else's dream. And then I started asking myself, but what about me? What about my dreams? What about my vision? What about my aspirations? What about my life? What about my feelings? What about me? And that's when I decided that I needed a change. I needed to change the direction of my life completely. And that's when it happened for me. First of all, I left my 20-year career. Now, this all actually happened during COVID. So we were locked down, we were sent home, and in the weeks, in the months that I spent at home, this was when all of these questions came up for me, and I really started thinking about my future and where I wanted to go and who I wanted to be. And that's when the realization came that I just don't want to go back. And so I left. By the time they lifted lockdown and my industry was allowed to go back, and they called us back to work, I said, no, I'm not going back. I just didn't go back. A little bit of a impulsive move, a lot of people said, but hey, I didn't want to go back, and I didn't. So I started my own business. I actually started two businesses. First, I started Awakening Hypnosis, which is my hypnotherapy business. And then a year later, I started Think Holistic, which is my life coaching business, the one that you are seeing right now. And to be honest with you, I'm actually working on a third business right now. And I've got in the back of my mind already an idea for a fourth one. So I realized now that I've got this time and energy for myself, why am I not working on my dreams, on all the things that I want to do? And it doesn't just have to be one thing, it can be more. It can be more than one thing. Why not? We're living in an age where we can have multiple businesses and we can have multiple streams of income. It's actually ideal for working for yourself to have multiple streams of income. And that's when I said, right, I'm gonna start my own business. So that's what I did. I started two businesses in the process of working on a third one. Plus, my spouse and I sold our house. We lived in Johannesburg. We sold our house and we moved to the West Coast. Now, I love Joburg. Believe me, I was a big fan of Joburg. I always defended Joburg. When the Cape Townians said anything bad about Joburg, I always defended my city, and I was a proud Johannesburger. But I also, towards the end of, and I lived there for probably 30 years, but also towards the end, I kind of grew bored of city life as well. It just wasn't resonating with me anymore. And I've always had this dream to live by the coast. So when I left my 20-year career and I wasn't needed in Johannesburg anymore, and I started my own online businesses, I realized that I can live anywhere. So we sold our house in Johannesburg and we moved. We moved to the West Coast, and we are now living in this beautiful town called Eiserfontein. If you don't know it, please go and Google it. It is just one of the most beautiful towns in the country. I love it. Yeah, it's gorgeous. And this photo was actually taken on the beach in Eiserfontein. So yes, I've I've made big moves, big changes, and I've done all of this at the age of 47. The ripe age of 47. Not bad, right? For a 47-year-old. Making huge life changes. Leaving a career, starting a business, moving from one province to another, from a city to a small coastal town. Huge changes. And here I am today. And this is me with my dog Leo. He's a golden chow, having fun on this beautiful beach in Eiserfontein and just really enjoying my life. And since we've moved here, I've also now started running. I'm running in the mornings. I'm running at least, I'm running 3 kilometers at least 3 or 4 times a week. So my health has improved. My weight, I've lost weight. So I'm looking better now at 50. I'm 50 this year. I'm looking better at 50 than what I did when I was 15 or 25. So everything in my life has changed. I'm feeling like I'm living a more fulfilled life. I'm a much happier person. All of that stuff right now, I'm feeling that I really am living a better quality of life. And Leo absolutely is living his best life because he gets to walk on the beach every day. He swims in the ocean and he absolutely loves it here. So, yeah, this is us having fun on the beautiful beach of IJsselfontein. And here I am living my best life right now, right? Yes, but it hasn't always been that easy. And along the line, I had to learn some heavy life lessons in the last 4 years since I've made all of these changes. I had to learn a lot, and there was some difficult life lessons that I had to learn. And some days it felt like I really discovered things the hard way. Some days it felt like I was doing push-ups. What is push-ups? It's pushing against resistance. Other days it felt like I was planking all day. What is planking? It's endurance. It's just hanging on for dear life and just feeling the pain, but just hanging on and just being there and just there's nowhere to go. You must just hang on. So, yes, I discovered a lot of things the hard way. And it wasn't long before doubt started creeping into the back of my mind. And I started asking some questions like, oh my goodness, what if I made a mistake? What if we shouldn't have sold our house, but just first come here for a while and check it out? Or what if I made a mistake being so impulsive to just quit my job and just move and start a new business and start over? Like all of these questions started in the back of my mind, like all of these doubtful questions. And I started going through a period where I started to doubt, did I make the right decisions? Was I too bold in my decisions? And although those decisions propelled me out of my stuckness, all of a sudden I was doubting it and I was asking some unnecessary questions. And it wasn't long after doubt started moving into the back of my mind that fear knocked on my door, and I started feeling that uneasiness in my stomach. I remember there were mornings where I woke up and then my stomach would just turn and I would be like, oh shit, what if we made a mistake? What's going to happen? Am I going to be okay? Can I do this? Can we live here? What if this doesn't work out? Like all of these questions, like, and I started to fear that what if I fail? Fear of failure was a big one for me. And that fear feeling was just so uncomfortable and so like just draining. And it wasn't long after fear got hold of me that, oh boy, panic struck. And I went into full blown panic and I was like, oh my goodness, we've made a mistake. This was wrong. What if this and what if that? And I just saw the worst. And I have to tell you one thing. Once you go into panic, it's a nasty place, because what happens when you go into panic is you go into fight or flight and everything just shuts down. All your thriving mechanisms shut down, and you stop seeing possibilities, opportunities, solutions. You stop seeing that, and you are just completely freaked out with what's happening, and you are so focused on what can go wrong, what is going wrong, what next. you know you start living in a very difficult place when you go into panic. And that's when I realized I can't, I've got to do something about this. And that's when I realized I needed to transform. I needed to take these feelings that came up, the feelings of doubt, the feelings of fear, the feeling of panic, and I needed to transform it into something more positive. Now, first, in my initial draft for this presentation, I had the word eliminate doubt, fear, and panic. But I also realized you can't eliminate it, because how do you eliminate it? It happens. So you need to take those emotions, because those emotions are telling you something. And you need to take it, sit with it, know where it comes from, what is it telling you, and then take it and transform it into something more positive. So I had to sit with those doubtful questions, and I had to sit with that fear feeling in my stomach of where my life will end up. And the panic I went through is like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do about this? Now I need to do something about doubt and fear. And that's when I realized I needed to transform these negative emotions into positive emotions. And what is the opposite of doubt? Certainty. I needed to find certainty in my life. What is the opposite of fear? Is courage. I needed to step into my courage and find my courage and say, right, okay, here I am. I can do this. I've got the courage. I can do this. And I had to transform panic into absolute peace, because when you're in panic, you are like, when the horses have those blinkers on and they just see in front of them, they can only see where they see. That's when you're in panic. You only see that what you're panicking about. You don't see, you need to take those blinkers off, and you need to see the bigger picture, and you need to find your peace in that moment and accept where you are, and transform that panic into peace. And that's when I had a huge aha moment, and I realized that there was something vitally important that I needed to work on, and that was my mindset. I had to immediately shift my mindset from where it was, or where it was going at least, into a very negative place, into a very doubtful, fearful, panicky place. And I had to shift it into a more positive place so that I could lift my head up, so that I could see the possibilities, the solutions, the opportunities, and be positive about it, and find a way to make things happen. Because when you start living in a more positive mindset, things come to you. Because when you're stuck in a negative mindset, and you just see doom and gloom, then guess what? That's what's going to happen to you. Doom and gloom happens to those who only see that. But when you say, okay, right, there is another way, there is a positive way, there is a gift in all of this. What is the gift in this? Whatever I'm going through. And how can I shift my mindset into a more positive way? Then you start opening yourself up to the things that will come into your life, that will help you to move forward. So that's when I realized mindset is everything. And if you don't have the right mindset, it is very difficult to make those big life changes. And if you get stuck in fear and in doubt and in panic and all of those negative emotions, then it's very difficult to 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 achieve what you want to achieve, which is your ultimate dream life. If you want to improve your life, if you want to be in a better place in 1 year's time, in 5 years' time, and be in a fantastic world in 10 years' time, you have to absolutely make sure that your mindset is right, and that your mindset will carry you to that place where you want to be, that place of real happiness and joy and success and feeling fulfilled. And I came across this quote from Henry Ford, and he said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. And this quote stayed with me. It's my all-time favorite quote. I always quote it with all of my clients. I always quote this wherever I go. This is my go-to quote in any situation, because I absolutely understand what he says here. If you think you can do something, you will find a way. You open yourself up to what the possibility is that you can achieve it. But if you think you can't, and you've made that decision, and you say, this is how it is, you close yourself off, and you don't even see the opportunities, because you don't look for them, because you've already decided that you can't do it. So here comes the choice. Do you think you can have a better life? Do you think you can improve your life? Do you think that you can be in a better place 1 year from now? Do you think you can be in an even better place if you really work on it 5 years from now? Do you think you can be in the ultimate place 10 years from now, when you're 75 or thereabouts? Or do you think you can't? And if you think you can't, then you have to look at your mindset and ask yourself, what in my mindset is blocking me from thinking that it's possible? So that's when I started doing the real work. And what is the real work? What do I mean with the real work? I started diving deep into all the self-help books, and I started reading, and I listened to the audiobooks, and I read the articles, and I just, I really started just getting into all the self-development, self-help stuff in how can I improve my mindset? How can I shift myself from that negative place where I was going into a more positive place where I can empower myself rather than disempower myself with a negative mindset? And I started finding these mentors. These people just appeared, and I started following them, and I started listening to their teachings, and they all have something very special. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about how we can heal ourselves with our minds, and how the ability we have to heal our bodies and our diseases with the power of our mind. And Wayne Dyer had a beautiful quote. He said, when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. How beautiful is that? When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. What does it mean? When we change our perspective, when we shift our perspective, whatever we're looking at changes, and we see it in another light, in a more positive light, if we see it with a better perspective. Um, Tony Robbins, I mean, who doesn't know Tony Robbins? And everyone knows he talks about awaken the giant within. He talks about playing big. Why do we want to play small in this world? Why do we want to be a mouse if we can be big and bold and live our best lives and be the giants we're meant to be? So he's all about teaching you to step into your power and become the person you're meant to be. We know Oprah's story from growing up in slavery to becoming one of the wealthiest and most successful women in this world. Louise Hay talks about the power of the spoken word and how whatever we say every day, how much it affects our reality and how much we create our reality with the words we speak every day. Robin Bang teaches about the subconscious mind and using the power of your mind to use it to achieve the things that you want, to make it your friend, to make it your partner in success. And John Assaraf, he's a neuroscientist. He talks about neuroplasticity and that the mind can change. We can change our minds if we are programmed in a certain way, thinking in a certain way, being negative in a negative mindset. It's absolutely possible to change into a positive mindset. It's proven, it's scientifically proven that you can change the way you think. You can change the neural pathways in your brain to start thinking differently, to start seeing life differently. John DeMartini talks about values and how our values drives us and what is valuable to us in life. And once we understand the true values in our lives, how we begin to understand ourselves so much better and how it affects our relationships and how we show up in this world. Bob Proctor is just my all-time favorite. Bob Proctor just talks about also just the mind and how you can create or use your mind to create enormous wealth. All you have to do is think in a certain way and believe it, and you can actually manifest what you think about. So yes, so I started following all these mentors. I started listening to all of their stories and what their teachings and what they were saying. And for months and months and months, I did the research of what they were saying. I studied these people. I read the articles. I was watching the YouTube documentaries and the videos, and I kept on learning and learning what all of these people, these great people, was teaching. And I finally came to the conclusion that they were all actually saying the same thing. And I think once you get into all of the stuff and you get to that certain place where everyone's message is the same message, that's when you really start taking notice of what it is that they're actually teaching. And so I've discovered, or I haven't discovered it, but I have compiled the 5 secrets that all of these mentors that I've just shown you, what they're all saying. And I've put together the 5 secrets to create the future that you want. And these are 5 secrets. And And it is just so simple. If you think about it, I'm going to share it with you now. It's just so simple if you know about it and you think about it, and it makes so much sense. So, what are the 5 secrets to create the future that you want? Not someone else's future for you, but the future that you want. So, secret number 1, you have to have a clear vision of what you want. You have to know exactly what you want. Who do you want to be 1 year from now? Who do you want to be 5 years from now? Where do you want to be? What do you want? What does your life look like? What does your house look like? What does your business look like? How much money do you earn? What assets do you own? What clothes are you wearing? Who are you? So you have to be absolutely clear in your vision. Why do we have to be clear in our vision? Let me use this example. Imagine you want to go on holiday. So you pack your suitcase, you pack your bikini, and you pack your suntan lotion, and you're ready. You deserve this vacation. You're going on holiday. You want to go to a nice place, and you've got your money. You go to the airport. You get there. You get to the ticket desk, and the clerk asks you if he can help you, and you say, "Yes, I want a ticket. I want to go on holiday." And he says, "Okay, great. Where would you like to go?" And you say, "Well, I don't know. I want to go on holiday." And again, he asks you, "Okay, fine. You want to go on holiday? Where specific would you like to go?" And you just go, "Well, I don't know. I just want to go on holiday." What if the clerk just goes down the list and he issues a ticket, he gives you the ticket, and you look at the ticket, and the ticket is to Afghanistan. And you look at that ticket and you say, "Oh my goodness, I don't want to go to Afghanistan for holiday. I've got my new bikini in my suitcase. In Afghanistan, they don't even wear bikinis there. They're not allowed to. So I don't want to sit there in my bikini in Afghanistan." And you're unhappy with the ticket that the clerk gave you. And what is he going to do? He's just going to say, "Well, you didn't know. So I just went down the list, Afghanistan, and I issued you the very first ticket to the very first country that I saw." Are you going to be happy with that? No. Why not? Because you didn't know, you didn't specify where you wanted to go on holiday. If you want to go to Hawaii or to the Bahamas or to the Seychelles or wherever you want to go on an island holiday where you can enjoy your bikini and your suntan lotion, you've got to be specific. I want to go there. If you want to go to Thailand, where in Thailand do you want to go? You need to book your ticket to the place where you want to go. And it's the same in life. If you don't know where you're going and you just go, "Well, I just want to be happy." Well, what is that? How does it look like? Because if you don't decide what will bring you the happiness that you want, where do you have to be happy? What do you have to do to be happy? Guess what's going to happen? Someone else is going to decide for you where you're going to end up. The clerk will make the decision. Who's the clerk? Someone else. Your father, your spouse, your children, whoever, your boss, whoever. If you don't know what you want in life and you don't have a clear vision and you can't tell where you want to go, someone else, you will end up living someone else's dream. You will end up in someone else's vision if you don't have your own vision. So I hope this makes sense, and I hope you can understand why it is so important to have a very clear vision of where you want to go, who you want to be, what do you want to do, what does your life look like, how much money do you have, all of that stuff. No, you need to know exactly, be absolutely clear in what it is that you want. Secret number 2 is you've got to set a goal. Now you know where you're going. How do you get there? You need to set a goal. So when we set goals for ourselves, we start achieving these goals. And with every goal that we achieve, we get one step closer to living the dream life, to getting to the vision, the overall picture that we've pictured for ourselves. We accomplish these little steps along the way so that we can get to the bigger picture. And that's why it's important to set these goals for us, because if you just have a vision, but you don't actually, "Oh, I've got this vision. I want to be this and this and this, but what's going to get you there? And you want to break it down into smaller goals and achieve the first goal. And once you've achieved the first goal, go on to the next one and then achieve the next goal. So set yourself goals along the way so that you can get to that vision that you see for yourself. Number three is you have to create a plan. Now, without a plan, you can have a vision, you can have a goal, but without a plan, you're going to be pretty stuck. Because think about this. If you want to build a house and you've got this vision of what the house looks like, you've got a picture in your mind, you know exactly what it looks like, and you go to that empty plot and you stand there on the empty plot and you tell the builders, I want the living room to be there, I want the swimming pool to be there, that's the garden, that's the little, there's the kitchen, upstairs, 3 bedrooms, this is my vision. That builder's just going to look at you like this and say, okay, but where's the plan? Because they need to work with a plan. So you first need to go to the architect and sit with the architect, tell the architect your vision so that the architect can create the plans for you, the building plans, so that you can give the building plans to the builder so that the builder knows where to build the house. We cannot build a house without a plan. No, it's just impossible. And we all know this. And it's the same in life. You have to have a plan. You have to sit down and plan your future, plan how you're going to get to the vision that you're holding, the vision that you're seeing for yourself, the goals that you've set for yourself. What is the plan? How am I going to go about in achieving my goals so that I can live my vision? So create a plan. Secret number 4 is take action. No point in having a vision and you've set your goals and you've created a plan and then you sit back and you're like, okay, now what? No, you've got to take action. You've got to do something about it. This is your life. This is your dream, your goal, your vision. You need to take the action. If you're going to sit around and wait for someone else to take your vision and make it your reality, you are going to get a big surprise because no one else is going to take the action for you. You cannot sit around and hope and think and wish that someone else will do it for you. If you do that, guess what's going to happen? Nothing. You will never ever get to your vision. So you have to take action, and you have to take action daily, small steps even. If every day you take a small little step, working towards your goals, working towards your vision, guess what's going to happen? 1 year from now, you are going to be in a different place. You will not be stuck in the same miserable place where you are right now. Not miserable, but where you are. So, action, you've got to take the action, even if it's just 1% a day. You have to absolutely take action, else nothing will get done. And then secret number 5 is you have to have unwavering belief that you can. And we're going back now to Henry Ford. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. You have to believe that it's possible, and you have to believe that the vision you're seeing in front of you, the goals you're setting for yourself, the plan you've created, and the action you're taking is going to bring you to that life that you desire, to that dream life that you want to live. And you have to have unwavering belief that it's possible. Because again, if you don't believe that it's possible, you shut yourself off to the possibilities to make it possible. So if you go, well, this is what I want, and I've worked out the plan, and I've got all of this, I've got all of these steps, but uh, I don't know, I don't know if it's, let's see, I don't know if it's going to happen. If that's your attitude, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to see it because you don't believe. You need to believe in yourself, and you need to believe in the universe, in whatever you believe in. You've got to believe that it's possible. Because once you believe that it's absolutely possible is when it starts happening for you. Belief is what drives us to make it happen. It is our belief in it. Now, if you're sitting there and you think, okay, the first 4 steps is cool, I've got it, but that last one, believe, I just don't know it. That's where I'm getting stuck. I just don't see it for myself. I just don't know if I can believe that I can have such a happy, wonderful life. That means you have got somewhere in your unconscious mind a block, a limiting belief that is preventing you right now from believing what is possible. And this could be childhood programming. We get programmed as children by what our parents tell us, by what our teachers tells us. We get programmed in various ways. And those programs, those limiting beliefs, they sit in the back of our minds, in our subconscious mind. They're not conscious. We don't know about them, but they're sitting there and they prevent us from believing that it's possible. And if that's where you are, and a lot of people struggle with this, a lot of people struggle with their belief systems, that they believe that it's possible, that they can be who they want to be. Um, it's an absolute limiting belief that is keeping you stuck, and it's a block that you just need to remove. You need to bring that limiting belief, you need to transform it into an empowering belief. And guess what? It is absolutely possible. It is possible to work with the limiting beliefs and to empower them into more empowering beliefs, beliefs that will help you move forward rather than prevent you and keep you stuck. So, absolutely possible to shift your limiting beliefs and to work with your belief system. It takes a little bit of time and it takes a little bit of know-how to work with limiting beliefs, but it is absolutely possible to shift them into empowering beliefs that will help you to achieve the goals and to create your future the way that you want it. So now you're going to go, yes, thank you. I am ready. You've told me what to do. I made notes. I am going to create a clear vision. I'm going to set my goals. I am working on my plan. I'm going to take action. And yes, yes, I can do it. I believe I can do it. I'm ready. I'm going to go. Yes, fantastic. Well done. But now that you've got the knowledge, you go, yes, I know what to do. I've got the power. I'm going to go out and I'm going to do it. Yes, absolutely. Knowledge is power. And knowing what you know now has just empowered you, because you know the 5 steps now, the 5 secrets. And this has given you a lot of power to create your, your future the way that you want it, the way that you would like it to be. But knowledge, only knowledge is not power. So I want you to think about this carefully. Knowledge is not power. And like my mentor, Robin Banks, always says, applied knowledge is power. So you have to go and you have to apply this knowledge now. And you know this now. So you need to do it and you need to use it in your favor. So applied knowledge is power. Now, now you're ready and you're going to go, but what can I bet you that in 2 weeks' time from now, after you've watched this and you might feel all inspired and motivated, and you're going to go, yes, applied knowledge is power, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to apply all the knowledge that already just shared with me, and I know what to do, and I've taken my notes, and yes, I'm ready to go. But in 2 weeks' time, are you still going to be this enthusiastic and all, I've psyched you up here and I've revved you up a little bit and I've got you all excited. But in 2 weeks' time, you might have forgotten about this masterclass already, and you might have forgotten about the notes you made about the 5 secrets and applied knowledge is power. And you might have just fallen back into your old way of life. And maybe there in the back of your mind, you go, yeah, okay, I remember vaguely. But okay, here I am, and here I am. I'm back. I'm back in my old life, and I'm just not doing anything about it. Why is that? Well, you need to stay motivated. You need someone to motivate you constantly to keep going, to keep working on your vision and to keep working on your goals and to do the things that you need to do, to take the action steps, to visualize and to do everything that you need to do so that you can start creating your future. So someone who can motivate you on a continuous basis. And you need support. You need someone to support you. There will be days where you feel low and you feel down, and you need someone to just reach out a hand and just pick you up and say, come, I've got you. Come, let's do this. We can do this. You can do this. I believe in you. You know, you've come a long way. Come on, you've just pushed through. These things happen. So you need someone who can support you in the correct way as well. You need a guide. You need someone to guide you through the process. So maybe someone who's been there, someone who has experience or who has the skill to guide you through this transformative period, so that when you get stuck and you hit a wall and you don't know which direction to go, someone who can guide you and say, okay, what about this direction? What about this direction? Someone who can ask you good questions, empowering questions that can guide you to getting to a place where you have better answers. And you need a good sounding board. So someone who listens to you, because it's when we bounce ideas with other people that more ideas come. Or you will go and you will talk about an idea and you will say, oh gosh, you know what, maybe that's not such a good idea. Now that I talk about it, it sounds of actually there's a better idea. So what about this? And maybe someone else can throw something in, and then you go, oh wow, that's an even better idea. And that way you start opening your mind to even more ideas, possibilities, and all of that. So you need a good sounding board. But now you have to be careful with who motivates you, who supports you, who guides you, and especially who's your sounding board, because you don't want the wrong person to be your sounding board, and someone who sits there and listens to you, all excited, creating your dream life, envisioning your future, and someone who sits there and goes, well, I don't know if that's possible. You know, someone with their own limiting beliefs who go, I don't know. That's not possible. Now you can't do that. You're too old. You don't have time. And like someone else who brings up all the excuses that you're getting away from, and someone who doesn't believe in you, or someone who doesn't even believe in themselves. So you've got to make sure that your sounding board, the person you're bouncing ideas off, is someone who's going to empower you rather than disempower you and kill your dreams. Because if you share your dreams with the wrong person, someone who's just going to dish you and drag you down, eventually you're going to go, well, yeah, you know what? Maybe that person is right. Maybe this is just not possible, and I'm living in a dream world, and I can never do this, and let me just give up. So you've got to be very mindful of who you choose to share your dreams with and who your sounding board is. And then, of course, you need someone who can hold you accountable. So someone who's going to check up on you in a week's time. So how did it go? What were the steps? These were the steps you wanted to take. How did it go? How did you do? And if you're going to go, well, nothing's happened, you need someone to ask you hard questions. So what happened? What prevented you? How can you do it better next week? What can you do to speed up the process, or to put in a little bit extra? What needs to happen for you to get there at least? So someone who holds you accountable when you work on these goals, because when we have someone who holds us accountable, we tend to do more, because when someone holds us accountable, we don't want to sit there every week and go, no, nothing happened, no, nothing happened, no, nothing happened. We actually then fall into place and get into action, and we start doing what we need to do, because we know someone's going to check up on us. So someone that holds you accountable is very important when you work on your goals. But again, be mindful of who you choose to hold you accountable. You don't want someone to sit there who judges you when you've taken 2 steps forward but 3 steps back. You don't want someone who criticizes you, or someone who has a negative comment and says, yeah, I knew you can't do this, I knew you won't do this, I was right, this is stupid. So you've got to make sure that whoever you choose to hold you accountable is the person who will motivate you, support you, guide you, who's a good sounding board, who will bounce good ideas with you, will keep you uplifted and looking forward, and keep the momentum and moving and going, rather than someone who's just going to be critical of everything that you do, and not help you in any way. So with that, I want to give you a very special offer today. I want to introduce you to my 10-week life coaching program. Now, this program is designed for women in their midlife, women like me who felt stuck in my life 5 years ago and who wants to make changes, who knows there's a better life out there, who knows there can be more, and I can be happy and I can live my dream, and I've always had this dream, and why not? Why can't I pursue my dreams? So that's what my life coaching program is all about. And it's a 10-week program, and I help you to create the future that you want. No one else, your future. I sit with you and I work with you and I help you to create that future. And it's a 10-week process. And this is my offer to you. First of all, 10 sessions. These are online sessions. So 10 sessions, one session a week for 10 weeks. These are online sessions. So guess what? You can be anywhere. You can be in Johannesburg, you can be in Pretoria, you can be in Bloemfontein, you can be in Uppington. Hell, you can even be in Afghanistan if you're watching this from there. You don't need to be in beautiful Eiserfontein where I am. So we can do this. If you've got access to the internet and you've got a device that you can communicate on, we do these sessions online. These sessions are all 1 hour per week. So one session per week, a session is 1 hour, and we meet over a period of 10 weeks, 10 sessions in total. These sessions are in person with me, one-on-one sessions with me personally. These are not recordings that you're watching. These are not group sessions where there's 20 other women in the sessions and you're a little bit too shy to talk about what you want. No, this is you and me, one-on-one, in the session, face-to-face, and I sit with you and you tell me what you want, and I help you to work out the plan and to take the steps. What steps are necessary for you to start creating the future that you foresee for yourself, the vision that you have for yourself? If you don't have a vision, don't worry, I'm going to help you. In session one, we create your vision, and we'll get into more detail of the sessions in a moment. But I'm there and I'm sitting and I'm working with you personally. I personalize the sessions to your needs, what you want, how you want to do it. It's just you and me in the sessions. And after each session, I send you a weekly worksheet. Now, on that worksheet will be some questions and some ideas and some things to think about and some things to explore and whatever it is. So every week I'm going to send you a worksheet, and that is then what you will be working on for the rest of the week. So we will meet for an hour, and for the rest of the week, you will be working on these worksheets. So you will be doing the work. You're going to think of the steps. You're going to put it all in place. I'm going to guide you and I'm going to assist you, but you're actually going to sit and you're going to work out what needs to happen. And these are extremely valuable because you've got the entire week to work on what we've discussed in our session together. And then within the next session, we will recap, we will look at what you've worked on, and we will then take the next step. So what to expect from each session? Now, session one, I help you to create your clear vision. What do you want your future to look like? If you have no idea, we start from scratch, and I help you, and I've got a way to do that. So don't worry about thinking, oh my goodness, I don't have a clue. I have no idea. I'm going to help you with special ways to start creating the vision for yourself. So once we've created that vision, in session two, we set the goal. What is the goal? So now you've got the vision. What needs to happen for you to start creating this dream life that you aspire to? So we're going to set a goal, and we're going to choose one good goal. And this is the goal that we will be working on throughout the program for the next 9 sessions. We will take this one goal and we will make this our priority, and we will work on that. In session 3, we create the plan. We sit down and we create the plan. What are the steps you need to take to achieve this goal? And I help you through this entire process. What needs to happen step by step? What's the next step? Okay, this needs to happen. What's next? What's next? And we really do plan it out like that architect who draws up the plans to give to the builder. We are now planning your future, and we can use this plan to give to the universe eventually to help you to create your dream life. In session 4, we want to look at the perceived obstacles, the things that you think might stand in your way, that might prevent you from achieving your goal. Maybe it's a spouse that kicks against what you want to do, or the children says no, you don't want, it's not good for you, or whatever it is. We want to look at the perceived obstacles. And I say perceived obstacles because these are things, these are challenges that might come up for you. But if we can prepare for them, we can overcome them. You can overcome them. So we want to be like little soldiers on the borderline, ready, waiting. And then the minute that enemy pops its head up against, over that hill, we want to be ready for that enemy. And we want to know what to do about that enemy and how we can overthrow the enemy so that you can continue and carry on and win the war. So we want to be ready for any challenges. We're not saying these challenges will happen, but at least if anything is there that might happen, that you feel might stand in your way, you want to be ready for it, and you want to work out how to deal with them and how to overcome them. Because when you're ready for them, you better prepare it if they do arrive. So yes, so obstacles. In session 5, we want to look at your inner resources. What are inner resources? Your inner strengths. What are the things that you've used in the past that helped you when you had to overcome something, or when you wanted to achieve something, or when you wanted to do something? What is it that helped you in the past? Do you have great empathy? Are you a good public speaker? Do you have a lot of stamina? Do you have great trust and belief? And what is it? What is it that you can use that will help you to really help you to achieve your goals better, faster? Because we all have inner resources, and often we are not aware of them. And so if we're not aware of them, we can't really call on them. But once we become aware of the inner resources, the inner strengths that we possess, we can now call on them and say, okay, I know I have great determination. So when things go a little sideways, I'm determined to make it work. So that's what you want to discuss. You want to discuss your inner resources. In session 6, we want to look at what is called logic levels. What is in alignment with your goal, with your dream life, with the future, with the vision you see for yourself? So we look at your environment. What in your environment is in alignment and what is not in alignment? So is there anything, that you need to change, that you need to move, anything in your environment that is not good for you? We want to look at the people in your life. Are the people in your life in alignment with who you want to be, who you want to become, the vision that you're having for yourself, the goals that you're setting? Are the people in your life in alignment? And if they are not, how to deal with them? Because sometimes we have a great vision for ourselves, and we set these goals and we have a plan and all of this, but there's someone, maybe a family member, maybe a close friend, or someone that we love dearly, but who is not in alignment with who we want to become. Someone who might, like I said earlier, someone who might give you bad advice or be negative and say you can't do it. We want to know how to deal with the people who are not in alignment with our goals and our vision. And we want to spend more time with the people who are. So the people who do believe in us, who do think we can do it, who does motivate us, we want to spend more, we want to share more with them, and maybe less with the people who don't believe in us. So we sit down and we figure out who is in alignment with my goal and who is maybe not so much, and how do we deal with that? We look at your beliefs. This is where it comes in. I spoke about it earlier. If you don't believe you can do it, it's going to be hard. But if you believe it's possible, you will achieve it. And if there are any limiting beliefs, we look at those limiting beliefs in this session. What is it? What is it that holds you back? What is it? What is this little saying that you used to say to yourself that is now holding you back and preventing you from achieving your goals? And we want to look at your programming, your subconscious programming. We get programmed, I said this earlier, we get programmed as children. by our parents, our teachers, our siblings, older siblings, anyone older than us. People tell us stuff when we are young children. And because we cannot discern between the truth and what is nonsense, all that stuff just goes and sits in the back of our minds, in our subconscious mind, and we bring that stuff with us into our adult lives. And that's when they become limiting beliefs or blocks, or they hold us back. It's all the nonsense that people programmed us with when we were children. And we want to take those programs and we want to reprogram the mind to be more empowered, to really believe that things are possible. We look at your values, what is valuable to you in life, and why? Because our values drive us. It's our values in life that drives us to do the things that we want to do. And so we will always find that the things we value most in life, we will always find the time, the money, and the energy to do those things. But then the things that are less valuable, we will have excuses. So we want to look at your values and where your values lies, and let you understand what is it that drives you, and what motivates you, and what is it that is important in your life. And this also helps you to understand other people's values, maybe your family members, your spouse, your children, your parents, whoever. Understand their values as well. So this is a great, great, great session to really open you up to who you truly are and who you are deep down. You're going to get to know yourself on a completely different level here, because we are going to go deep into who you really are, what drives you, what motivates you, how do you operate? What is your operating system in this life? And this is an awesome session, because there's so often people just go through this session and they go like, I never knew this about myself, and now it all makes perfect sense, and now I know why I do the things that I do, and now I know why I can't get on with that person. So this is an awesome session for self-discovery, for self-understanding, for getting to know who you are on a much deeper level than the superficial ego that just operates in the life out here. In session 7, we look at your mindset. So by now we know mindset is vitally important. So we're going to look at your thoughts. What are the thoughts in your mind? What do you think about? And are they, what percentage of the thoughts in your mind is negative and what is positive? And it's said that 70% of our thoughts are negative, while only a very small amount, 30%, is actually positive. And that's just the general. There's people who are 90% negative and 10% positive. There are people who are 80% positive and 20% negative. So we want to look at what is your overall percentage of your thoughts. Are they positive and are they negative? If they are negative, where does it come from? Where does these negative thoughts come from? Is it your thoughts? Is it stories that, is it other things that people told you or whatever? The stories. We all tell ourselves stories. The stories we tell ourselves. We live by the stories that we tell ourselves. And sometimes these stories are just old, outdated stories, and they don't make sense. And we need to change the story into a better story. If we want to live a better life, we've got to tell a different story. So we want to look at the stories that you tell yourself. We very specifically look at your self-talk. How do you talk to yourself, especially when you made a mistake, when you've let yourself down, or when it feels like you've let yourself down, when you've done something where you feel you failed? How do you talk about yourself? Are you hard and ugly to yourself, and you lash out, and you're abusive? Or are you kind and generous and empathetic towards yourself, and you pick yourself up and you say it's okay, made a mistake, next time, learn the lesson, next time you'll do better? So we want to look at your self-talk, because self-talk is how we talk to ourselves. And people can talk to us in any way, but the way we talk to ourselves in our minds, oh my goodness, if it's not a nice way, it's not a nice life. If you don't talk to yourself nicely, you're not happy. I'm going to tell you that, because it's what we tell ourselves that really makes us happy or unhappy. So if your self-talk is negative and harsh, we definitely want to change that into something that is just kinder and gentle and empowering, rather than disempowering. So yes, session 7, all about the mindset. In session 8, I teach you practical techniques to help you to stay focused on your goal. These are cool little 10-minute techniques you do daily that will just help you to stay focused on your goal and speed it up even. If you want to get there even faster, if you're one of those people that want to reach your goal fast, these are the great techniques you can use to speed it up so that you can get there in even faster. I love it. I use all of these techniques myself. I don't start my day without my daily routine of practical techniques that I use to empower myself so that I can live my best life every single day. So yes, that's a great session as well. In session 9, we do a progress check. We want to see how far you've come. What has happened since the very first session until where we are now? How far have you come? And what are the things that, when we made that list, the plan in the beginning, what are the things that did happen? What didn't happen yet? Sometimes things move around and sometimes things get delayed or they get pushed around. It's a it's a work in progress also, the plan. So sometimes things need to change and we need to really look at the plan here to make sure that everything is still as it should be or in the right place, in the right order. And we want to see your progress. We want to see what has happened since our very first session. How far have you come? How far do you still need to go? What needs to happen for you still to get to your goal? So a progress check in session 9. In session 10, we recap. We recap everything. We look at everything again. So this session is probably a little bit longer than an hour. I would say this is an hour and a half. I've had 2-hour sessions here if I had the time. This is a great session because now we're really recapping. How far have you come? What has changed? What in your life has changed? Has your thinking changed? Has your mindset changed? Has your beliefs changed? Your programming, the way you view your life, the way you see things, your perspective, everything, because that is the idea. The idea is not only to work on a vision, on a goal, and to achieve the goal. The idea is also to help you shift into the most beneficial mindset that you can be, to stay focused and to stay positive and to really just continue with your life in the best possible way. And that is my purpose. I want to help you, to set you up, to really shift you from where you were to where you want to be, into a new person. I want you to, after 10 weeks, say to me, you know what, Dorette, I feel like a different person. I don't think the same. I don't feel the same. I don't speak the same. I don't see life the same. That's what I want for you. I want to shift you into the best place you can be. And this is where we really recap and just see what has changed and how much and how good it feels. And we celebrate. This is a celebration session. We celebrate your success and we set you up. We really set you up for moving into the future, like really with all the tools that you need to go out there and to do what you need to do to achieve your goals and to create your dream life for yourself. So that was the 10 sessions. Now, what is the investment? Now you'll see I used the word investment. I don't put here what is the cost or the fee or the price. I'm using the word investment. What is the word investment? What does it mean? Investing in yourself means you are putting in the time, you're putting in the money, and you are putting in the energy into making your current and your future life better. So you also have to put in the time, you're putting in the money, and you're going to put in the energy. And this is an investment in yourself. You're not just going to buy this program, use it, and then discard it. This is an investment in your future, in your happiness, in changing yourself for the better. And that's why I'm using the word investment. And investing in your happiness. So let's just talk about this for a moment. We often say, retail therapy is like nice little investment in my happiness. It makes me feel good, makes me happy. So let's look at other ways that we invest in our happiness. So we often go out and we buy a nice pair of boots, right? New for this winter, new pair of boots, because and it feels good. I want these new boots and I'm going to buy these new boots. So for the winter, that's what I'm doing. Or you go out and you buy that handbag, that beautiful handbag. We spend so much money on it because all your friends will see it and they will love you and they will be so jealous and everyone's going to look at your handbag and you're going to get so much attention with it. Or that new pair of jeans. You're going to spend that money. You're going to buy those jeans. They look really cool. You feel very sexy in them. And so you don't have a problem spending your money on a new pair of jeans. What about your hair? Have your hair done often so that you can look good and you can feel good, and it brings you a lot of happiness when you look good and you feel good. Or the new makeup. There's a new range of makeup on the market, and you wanna try it out, and it's really nice. So you're buying the makeup, you're loving it, great. Or the beautiful nails. You have your nails done, and it makes you happy in the moment, and it looks cool, and everyone loves your beautiful nails, and you feel all pretty. Or and then of course you need to go for cake and coffee with your best friends, with your new boots and your handbag and your sexy pair of jeans, and you've got your hair and your makeup and your nails, and you spend the money on the weekly cake and tea sessions or cake and coffee sessions to meet up with your friends, because it brings you a lot of happiness, right? Hell, some of us even invest in a good bottle of wine or two on a Friday night to bring us a little bit of happiness, because we feel a little happier when we have a nice glass of wine. And I'm not saying these things are wrong. These are great because we need to treat ourselves and we have to make ourselves feel and look good. Absolutely vitally important to have a good quality of life. But look at what money you invest into this happiness that you feel in the moment. And now what I want to ask you is that happiness sustainable? So you're buying the new boots, you're buying the new handbag, you're getting the hair done, you've got the new jeans. Is it sustainable? Is that happiness sustainable? What does sustainable mean? It means to be able to be maintained at a certain rate or level. So my question is, are those boots still going to bring you the same happiness next year this time? Or are they going to be lying discarded in the back of your cupboard because next winter you want a new pair of boots? So you're throwing that to the back of the cupboard, you're buying new boots. The handbag that you've maybe spent quite a bit on, is that still going to bring you your happiness in 5 years' time? Are your friends still going to be impressed, or are they all going to go, oh my word, she's still got the same handbag. She hasn't even bought a new handbag yet. And you're a little bit embarrassed about that. Are those jeans still going to be fashionable in 10 years' time? We've just seen how things change in 25 years, right? So are you still going to wear those jeans? No, I bet you've had a couple of extra jeans in the meantime. Your hairstyle. Are you still going to have that same hairstyle? Is it still going to bring you the happiness? No. The nails. Are the nails still going to be there? No. The cake, maybe? Maybe next year, this time, cake still brings you happiness. Might not be so happy on your hips, but hell, if it brings you a lot of happiness, then why not? The wine, I don't know about the wine. The wine brings happiness in the moment, but then the next day also already the happiness is long gone because you don't feel so great, especially after 2 bottles. So that's what I want to ask you. Like, the money you invest in these small little things to make you feel happy in the moment, are those good investments? Are those sustainable investments? Are they able to be maintained at a certain rate or level? Will they still bring you the happiness in 1 year's time, in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time? Or are they only in the moment? So we sometimes have no problem to spend the money and the energy and the time on getting these things that bring us joy in the moment, but then we don't have the money or the time or the energy to invest in something that can really change our entire future around and really bring us from a sad, unfulfilled, unhappy life to living a fulfilled, successful, safe, good quality life. So can you see that the value of the program that I'm offering you is actually priceless? Because we cannot put a price on happiness. Our happiness is priceless. And if we can work on creating a better life, creating a better opportunities for ourselves, a better mindset, getting rid of all the limiting beliefs, empowering ourselves into seeing who we want to be, and start living towards the person that we want to be. Isn't that absolutely priceless? Isn't that a much better investment, a long-term investment in yourself rather than a short-term moment of happiness? Isn't this a far better investment? So your future self will thank you one day. If you take this and you really come with me on this journey and you join me and you go through these 10 weeks and we sit together and we change the direction of your life around, and you walk out of there 10 weeks later and you say to me, wow, I know where I'm going. I know what I want. I know who I am. I know what I stand for. I know my boundaries. I know my values, everything. Your future self will thank you one day for creating a better version of yourself right now. So, with that, the normal price of my program is 750 Rand per session. Times the 10 sessions, it comes to 7,500 Rand. Now, don't go away. Wait, it's coming. I'm not going to ask you for this because I have a special offer for you, right? I mentioned it in the beginning. So I want to give it to you at a special deal. But before I do, let me tell you what else is included in this deal. So, like I mentioned before, you're going to get a weekly worksheet. Now, this weekly worksheet is something that you're going to work on. This is your plan, your plan that you're going to put together to create your future. You know, the goal that you're going to work on, the steps you need to take, all of that stuff. So the worksheet that I give you every week will, after 10 weeks, is actually a workbook. Now, this is a workbook that you get to keep for the rest of your life. You've got this workbook. So whenever in the future you want to work on another goal, because guess what? Here's the thing. Once you've achieved one goal and you've accomplished something, and it feels so good, and it really feels so empowering, guess what happens? You want to work on another goal. It happens. That's just how it is, because it's almost, it's empowering to achieve goals. So once we start with it and we start feeling the benefits and how good it is for us, we want to work. Once we've achieved one goal, we're already on to the next one. Okay, what can I do next? What's the next thing that I can do to improve my life? So you've got this workbook, and this workbook becomes like your blueprint of for future goals that you can work on. So next time you take the exact same workbook and you use that workbook to work on another goal. So you've got that blueprint forever. So how many ever goals you want to work on, you've got the blueprint. It's a step-by-step. It works perfectly, and you can just, every time you can use it. So you've got this workbook, which is actually a blueprint. You will have email support, during and after. So anytime during the session, between our sessions, anytime you can email me. If you get stuck with a question, or you get stuck with a thought, or you don't know which direction, or you feel like, oh, I don't know what this means, or how do I move forward, you send me an email and I email you back as soon as I can. And I guide you through the process. But this is even after the program ended. So even after the 10 weeks, I still communicate with my clients. I still have clients who on a regular basis email me and say, Dorette, great. So we've had the 10 weeks. We're working on this. This is where I am, but I've hit a wall and I don't know which direction. Can you just what now? And I'm just going to ask you, and I'm going to guide you through it on email. And I'm there. I'm there to support you. I'm there to motivate you. And I'm still there to guide you. Even after the sessions have ended, the 10 weeks are over, I'm still available on email for you forever. As long as I'm here, you can still email me. And there's also the option for once of follow-up sessions. So say now you do get stuck, or you do want to work, you're working on something else and you've got the blueprint and you're doing it, but you get stuck somewhere with maybe with limiting beliefs, and You send me an email and you say, Dorette, okay, I've done the program with you. I'm working on something else. I'm working on my next goal, but I do have a limiting belief about this. I'm struggling to work through it on my own. Can I book a once-off session with you? Of course you can. You don't have to book the entire 10 weeks again. You've done the program. I know you. You know me. I've got a good idea of where you are. We've spoken on email. So if you just want to book one session or two sessions or three sessions or whatever it is, you don't have to book the entire program again. You can book once-off sessions with me, and we can work on whatever it is that you want to work on. And then you get to join my database. So every now and then I send out an email. So I'm always learning new things. I'm always joining the webinars and following people and learning new strategies and this and that. And I'm actually busy doing another course right now. And as I'm learning, I love to share it with my clients. So every now and then, I'm going to send an email, a bulk email, to all my clients on my database in what I've learned. And it might be 5 tips to this, or 4 tips to that, or whatever it is, whatever I've discovered, or sometimes it's just a little bit of a motivation, whatever it is. You get to join my database, and you can be part of that community where I send regular emails out. And I'm on social media every now and then. I like to share new nice quotes, or if I come across a good, something good on YouTube that I feel my clients would love to, that will benefit them, I share it on my pages. So you get to join into my database and you become part of my community. So some client testimonials of women who has already done this program. This is Antonia. She's from Namibia. She says, I am renewed. I am transformed to a more mature businesswoman who is able to think critically because of the I Can program. That's the program, that the 10-week program. If this program can reach out to more women, we will have more empowered women in this world who will have a greater impact on society. I cannot thank you enough, Dorette. Wow. That's so beautiful. A greater impact on society. Isn't that amazing? Now, Antonia, I have to tell you, this woman, we worked on 3 goals. We didn't just work on 1 goal. We worked on 3 goals. And she's still working on them. It's a work in process. But she's just so amazing. And she's still going. And I absolutely loved her. This is Charlene from London. After working from home for 2 years and gaining a load of weight, I was at a very low point with no motivation and zero confidence. With Dorette's help, guidance, and amazing support, I'm back on track, losing weight and laughing again. I'm more positive and feel equipped to cope with each day. I still have my ups and downs. Of course, you're still going to have your ups and downs. It's life. But Dorette is always there to pick me up and sort me out. Her caring nature and calming voice, along with the passion she has for what she does, can be felt through the Zoom call. I'm eternally grateful to you for fixing and empowering me. Thank you. Now, let me tell you something. I didn't fix Charlene. Charlene's fixing herself. I'm just there. I'm just part of the process. I'm just guiding her through it. But she's fixing herself, and she's doing the work, and she's changing her life. So, yeah. So I want to give you today, I want to offer my program to you at a 50% discount, because we're on the topic of 50 and midlife and all of that. I want to offer it to you at 50%. It is for this masterclass only. Please, if you want to sign up, you've got to sign up now while you're watching this masterclass, because this is my special gift to you for watching this masterclass and still being here and still listening to me. And if you're still here, then I am assuming that you want to come and you want to discover what this is all about. So I'm going to give it to you for only 3,750 Rand for the entire 10 weeks. The emails, everything included, the workbook, everything is included. Absolutely my gift to you for 3,750 Rand only. So if you want to and you're keen, then please take this opportunity now, because I'm only offering it on this masterclass. Nowhere else will you find this price. Here's another client testimonial from Kathy from Cape Town. When I started my life coaching course with Dorette, my mindset was very negative and clouded with beliefs that I couldn't change my life for the better. Dorette is compassionate, encouraging, understanding, and truly caring. Her abundance of knowledge and skill makes her a brilliant life coach, whom I can highly recommend. I am now positive and feel empowered and motivated to create my dream life. I'm well on my way of realizing everything I've ever wanted. I am eternally grateful. Thank you so much, Kathy, for those beautiful, beautiful words. This is Maria, also from Namibia. My feedback on the ICANN is it's a very good program that really helps a person in achieving goals and personal growth within. I do not regret taking part in this program at all. It's something I really needed, and I've been guided to the right path at doing things. Maria is fantastic. I had an email from her earlier today, and she is, oh my word, she's making crazy decisions, which is just so wonderful to see. And she's really just empowering herself and stepping into who she wants to be and becoming the person that she really wants to be. So she is absolutely incredible. This is Louisa from Johannesburg. The program has definitely defined my direction and allowed me to explore being creative on a completely different level. I have a much more grounded and clear objective as to where I see myself in the current, the present, near future, and also have a very clear image of my long-term objective and goal. I'm full of hope and feel excited about my future. This is Louisa. Now, I have to brag with Louisa because Louisa, during our time together, Louisa has started this incredible range of products, and you can find her on Facebook, Crest Life. Beautiful organic products. Go and check her out. Go and support her. She's doing it all herself. It's all it's all locally produced. It's organic materials. It's absolutely beautiful, and I love it. She sent me some of the products, and I use it, and it's absolutely stunning. And I'm really so proud of her. So please, if you can support my client, I would be very grateful. Go and check her out. So with that, I want to put a disclaimer in. I'm offering you this 10-week program, and you've seen what it is and you've seen what it involves, but you have to understand that I cannot do the work for you. I can guide you, I can motivate you, I can support you, and I can push you and pull you and stretch you and celebrate with you, and I can do everything that I can do from my side, but I cannot do the work for you. You have to do the work. This is your life. And if you cannot do the work for your own life, like I said earlier, guess what's going to happen? You're going to end up living someone else's life, someone else's dream. Someone else is going to make the decisions for you. So it's vitally important that you are prepared and fully committed to do this work and to really know that this is an intense program. It's a fun program. We are going to have so much fun, and we're going to laugh, and we're going to discover things, and there's going to be aha moments, and there's going to be goose flesh moments, and all of that stuff. It's an awesome program, but you have to do the work. You have to come to the party, and you have to, go every week after our sessions and really put in what you need to put in, so that you can see the progress, so that you can build your future and create the future that you want. Set your goals, work on them. You've got to take the action. I can't do that. I can do what I can do, and I do it with love and passion. And I am 100% committed to this program, and I'm 100% committed to my clients. And I want to see you thrive, and I want to see you after 10 weeks blossom and bloom and just step into the most incredible version of yourself. And that is what I aim for. But you have to do the work yourself as well. I cannot do it for you. I don't think your thoughts. I don't feel your feelings. I don't live in your body. I don't know your life. I am just there to guide you on this journey. And I'm putting everything into this to help you to get to the other side, to really benefit from this program. But you are still, at the end of the day, responsible for what you do. So I just want to mention that you have to know that you have to commit 100% to this program. If you really want to see the results, that is possible. If you want to, you've seen now what the other ladies were saying. They've committed to this program. They've done the work, and that's why they've seen the results. And that's vitally important that you be able to do that. So if you would like to find out more about the program, maybe you're sitting there and you're thinking, okay, this is great. I but let me see. I first need to figure it out. I want to invite you to a virtual coffee with me. So book a free 30-minute discovery call with me. There's a link. There's going to be a link somewhere below that says book me or book a call or something. Click on that link and it will take you directly to my calendar. And there you can choose a date and a time where you want to come for coffee with me. So book your book your session. You've got nothing to lose. It's for free. There's no obligation. If you and I meet and we chat for 30 minutes and you go, no, I don't know, not for me, there's no obligation. You walk away from it, you've got nothing to lose. But who knows that this might just change your entire life around. This might just open up a completely new life for you. And that's what I'm hoping for you. That's what I want for you. So book your session with me, but know this. When you book your session, your day and your time, I'm going to send you a reminder. I'm going to be there. So don't think I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be there on the other side. I'm going to start that meeting at the exact time you booked it, and I'm going to be on the other side of that call. It's an online call with me. I will be there. I guarantee you now. So don't think I'm not going to show up because I'm going to sit there and wait for you. So be there, show up. I'm asking you, show up and come sit with me. You're going to tell me what it is that you want to work on or what your current situation is, what you want to change or whatever. And I can then better explain to you how this program will help you, how I can guide you through your process, how you will benefit from this program. This now we make it more personalized because now I've just been talking in general. But when you tell me what you want to work on, I can tell you exactly how the process will be for you personally and what you can expect from it and what the benefits are and what you can expect. So book your call with me. Bring your coffee. I'm going to bring my coffee. It's an informal chat, and we just chat about it, and I can tell you more about the session. Now, if by any chance you struggle with the link below and you don't get to my Calendly link, then you can email me as well. Send me an email, dorette@thinkholistic.net. Send me an email and say, Dorette, yes, I've watched this masterclass. I want to book a call with you. Please, can you tell me a date and time that will suit you, or I'll ask you when will suit you, and we can book a session for you. So yes, if you don't get to the book me call button below, then you can send me an email as well, and I will book the call for you, and I will send the link, and I will send you a reminder before the time. So I also want to just say I've created a free ebook that you can download, and it's creating your dream life. It's something I've put together. It's like a 12 or 15-page ebook. And this will also give you a very good idea of what the program is about. I've put it together according to the program, just so that read it if you can before the time and just get an idea. And it will help you. It will open up your mind to what the program will be all about. So if you go to bit.ly, so bit.ly/thinks free book, you can download that ebook. I think it's from my Dropbox, so you can download, and it will download onto your device, and you can read it. So it's a cool free ebook that you can download. So with that, I want to thank you for staying till the end. I want to thank you for being here. I hope that I've inspired you. I hope that I've motivated you. I hope that you've taken the 5 secrets that I've shared with you. You've written it down. Think about it. Think about your vision. Think about how you can recreate your life at 50, because you have to understand that, this is not it's not too late. You can still change the direction of your life. It might take a little bit of work, it might take a little bit of effort, but that is the investment that I was talking about. Investing in yourself now so that your future self can thank you one day. So I want to leave you with this. If you can dream it, you can do it. And I hope that I get to meet you soon. I hope that I get to work with you. I'm looking forward to your booking. And yeah, I really hope that I would be able to work with you and that I can be part of your journey in transforming your life and creating the life that you desire. So with that, I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And I want to wish you a beautiful day, night, whatever time it is for you right now. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful one. And I'm looking forward to speak to you soon. Bye.